quality is our legacy. Handcrafted, barrel-aged. Go ahead, you deserve it. Glenn Gooley, for the best of times.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to Last Call, where the drinks are free because you provide them yourself. Anyway, welcome. No monologue tonight, as you probably noticed from the opening, at least those of you that are regulars here and, are kind of going, gee, why isn't he talking over the opening music? Because I was not as prepared as I thought I was tonight. But doesn't matter. We will fake it. I give you all a peek behind the curtain because I'm an honest person. But welcome nonetheless. Let me start by bringing in. Sorry, I'm going to apologize to all the chat, but come on, let's face it. The best-looking girl here in the pub is, of course, my wife, Netter of Netter's Network. How you doing, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
I am doing wonderfully. It's the end of the week.
Hey, friggin' men, right?
I only had to work 2 days this week.
Yeah, you had a very, very, very short week this week.
Well, I had a very short work week as far as having to go into the office, but I had spent the 5 days
You were working
prior,
for yourself is what you were doing.
Yeah, the previous 5 days I spent doing a lot of spring cleaning the garage, clean up different rooms and all that, and I managed to get pretty much everything done except for one thing, and it's only because it was too darn hot outside to do it.
Yeah, spring passed us by. We had our 1 day of spring, and now it's summer already.
That was Saturday.
Right.
That's why I cleaned the garage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad happened. It allowed me to get at some of my action figures.
Yeah, he found droids I didn't know he had.
I found droids I didn't know I had. I found Ewoks I didn't know I have.
That
I'm
too.
glad that I did, because it prevented you from reordering them for me.
Yeah, and then find out later that you already had them, and I'd be mad.
Yeah, and I did that in a couple cases. So, what are you sipping on, my dear?
I have a blackberry lemonade sparkling water.
Fair enough.
The clear American that we've been talking about. You can get it at Walmart. It's like $1.79 or something like that. It's a pretty big size bottle, and it's actually pretty good. And they got so many different flavors.
Yep. And I'm just having a vodka with a splash of that cherry water, and it's potent enough, but very, very tasty. I'm enjoying it. So, let us not keep my designated driver waiting too long. Aged Boomer, how are you doing, my dear friend, and what are you sipping on?
I'm doing fine. I'm sipping on a Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, now that's the hard stuff for you, my friend. But it's been a heck of a week for you, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just, house stuff and everything else. But
I get that.
I was on a couple streams this week. I was on Mr. Matchstick stream on Tuesday. We watched Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, where I learned that maybe it's not the best idea to try to drop a huge asteroid on Earth to force the human population.
I would imagine not. Do that to Mars. I hear that can help melt the water and maybe build up some atmosphere there. At least that's what Elon says. But
really interesting.
Yeah, well, that's one theory, but yeah, let's.
I'm having this like Mars cracks in two. We tried doing it. Throws us out of orbit.
There's theories about setting off a bunch of nukes. There's the idea of maybe taking some bacteria that will live in the thin atmosphere that'll put out a bunch of carbon dioxide that'll create a greenhouse effect, and maybe create an atmosphere. I don't know. Pie in the sky type ideas. This is stuff that we won't see in my lifetime, that's for sure. But yeah, speaking of my lifetime, let's get moving with it. Let's say hi to the chat, who I consider to be the stars of the show, especially tonight. Starting with the first comment I'm seeing here, Big Al of Big Al Presents. How you doing, my friend? Hope you have a great stream. I do too. I suspect we absolutely will. And he's got 2 glasses saying cheers. And I will assume those are not Bud Lights. Yes, Matt Anui. Hi. Always good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. It's the night of the week we all look forward to, and last call makes it all the better. Thank you so much, David. You are super, super encouraging. David Westbrook, good to see you. I love the icon. That is really awesome. Hello, hello. And Deleted Scene says hi before immediately going to dropping all the links because he is an awesome, awesome Blue Wrench. Logical Spock, live long and prosper. Hi, peeps, he says. And, of course, Evelyn, good evening, everyone. Hapla et neige. Good to see you, Admiral. Tim Hayes, I'll be back, but we'll be late. But that's okay. You stopped by, you said hi. If you make it back, we certainly appreciate. I have to. So the last stream was he had to get the back lawn cut. Now he's got to get the front lawn cut. Fair enough. Don't even know how much acreage you got, but make sure you stay hydrated, my friend. Mow on, Tim Hayes. David Pensac says absolutely, absolutely. Bellow Triggerfish, sup? And, the icon matches. Triggerfish, very, very good. Like it.
Right.
Sir Torrent Clegane, good evening, everyone. Let's see. Bouche McFadden, bonjour. Bonjour.
Comment ça va?
Comment ça va? Let's see. Pat S. It is Friday night. Things don't work out for Troy. He can always become the voice of my local PBS station. Something tells me PBS would not hire me. I am probably of the wrong gender, color, and political persuasion.
You're too high energy, too.
No. I can do the ASMR thing.
Oh.
Welcome to Last Call with Troy, Netter, and Aged Boomer.
No, sweetheart. You have to be softer.
That's a whole different ASMR. And you really should consider maybe doing some recordings for your own channel. You will get the subs, let me tell you. Pat S. There we go. Hail, folks. Hail, JPRPH1 XQ93. How you doing, my friend? Wow. This vodka strong. I'm starting out good already. Aged Boomer saying hi to everyone. Thank you, my co-pilot. You are awesome. Definitely filling up my glass tonight. Yes, and everyone that I've already said hi to, everyone that I will continue to say hi to, let me know in the chat what you're sipping on tonight. I would love to know.
Hello, Lady Miss.
And
how are you doing tonight, sweetie?
And David Pensac says, how's the new computer coming along? I will give an update on that as soon as I get through saying hi to everybody, including Connie Cleary. Hello, everyone. Connie is going to be on with you on Thursday. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Yes. Which, of course, we'll be talking about what's going on this week later on, but I figured I'd front load a little bit with that. Sir Torin is saying, so you found the droids that you were looking for. I found some of the droids I was looking for, yes. But if you've been following my toy videos, I made a joke at one point saying that, no, I don't have a droid fetish. I just happen to have gotten a bunch of droids gifted to me by a friend. And then I bought a whole friggin' bunch more. So maybe I do have a droid fetish. I don't know.
Okay, wait. I have to read this. Deleted Scene says, I am Wrenchy.
Yes, you are Wrenchy. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And he says, of course, don't forget to hit that like button and share out the stream. Absolutely. Now, I will say, good evening to Lady Mist. You are so wonderful and so encouraging. I super appreciate seeing you here. You're all saying hi to each other, which also warms my heart a great deal. What about cracking open a window? It worked for Arnold. Yes. Well, considering I am in a basement, cracking open a window would be
well, we got that
marginally useful at best, let's just say.
Whoa, you're in a basement. I kept thinking you were like in a third floor or something, or a second floor.
No, our family room's in the basement.
We have a ranch, just
Okay.
ground floor and then basement level.
And for our basement, it's half finished, half unfinished. So naturally, we're in the finished
Obviously,
side.
I'm in the finished
and this
side.
is our hangout room. When we still had people coming over for D&D, it was game room. It's the media room. It's the everything room.
You know, Big Al brings up a great point. I know he's, being a little facetious here, but the reality is, he said it wouldn't be Bud Light even before the stupidity. Stupidity aside, as soon as I saw all the stuff that was going down, the first thing I said is, it's like goat piss to begin with. I mean, why, but let's face it, most American lagers are not that great at all anyway. It's just cheap booze. What made Bud Light great was its ad campaigns. It always had been. It was those Clydesdales at the holidays, as with the Budweiser, and all that kind of stuff. And they just threw that all to shit. You can lose everything with one bad decision. Just know your audience. That should, you know what? We'll come back to that point. That might be the topic of the evening. Know your audience. Pacific 414, good evening, everyone. Pacific 414, you are so awesome. You are always sharing out my streams. Even if you can't stay, you always come by to encourage me. Cheers, mate. I super appreciate you. I'm sure I said hi to Pat S. earlier, but I just want to make sure. I don't want to miss anybody.
I know. I was going through, dropping my hi sweeties, going, did I miss anyone?
Yeah, I have the mic facing me directly. If I turn it a little bit more, Netter might come through a little bit better, but we are sharing a mic. That's why I'm coming through louder.
Well, you come through louder because you're naturally louder.
Yes, I do project for the the seats in the back. I used to do musical theater, so I came back on, Troy, contemplating ASMR. Man, I missed some weird shit. Well, Matanui, if you come back to my stream and I'm talking like this and you get some tingles, that's perfectly okay. Don't question it. Just enjoy and relax. Maybe I should start an ASMR channel. That might be fun. So, we gonna get all smashed it? Well, that's always the idea on a Friday night. Absolutely. I am sipping on a cheapo Canadian whiskey. Canadian whiskey ain't bad, even the cheapo stuff. With cranberry juice or orange juice. I'd go with the cranberry juice if it was me. Unless it's the OJ is freshly squeezed. But that's just me.
I like a good cranberry juice.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
But
as a mixer, I honestly don't like it straight.
I can take it straight, obviously, but I know it's very tart by itself. I think Worf would have liked cranberry juice.
Worf did like cranberry juice. He called it a warrior's juice.
No, that was prune juice.
Oh, that's right. Prune juice makes you poop, and cranberry juice makes you pee. So I'd still consider it to be a warrior's drink. That's right. So I meant about the atmosphere on Mars. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's pretty thin. That's true. Netter doesn't let him out of the basement until he behaves himself, which means I'll never be getting out of the basement.
Well, it's also his office for work, so
it's my office for work. It's where I stream from. Honestly, I spend a lot of time in the basement.
We just don't sleep down here.
Yeah, at least, as long as nothing's going on with construction or something. We were just talking about that in the green room a little while ago.
Okay, because people are going to be like, what? When this was back in 2021, there was a bad storm that shook our little ranch house, and it cracked one of the bedroom ceilings. And it happened to be the ceiling of the office I was using at the time. Because I was using one of our bedrooms as an office. And it ended up that the ceiling pretty much was falling down. So we got some guys in to replace it, and I figured, well, the house was built in 1968. The rest of the ceilings, or the other two ceilings for the other two bedrooms, were starting to sag a little bit. So I said, do all three at the same time. This way, It's all done. We have brand new ceilings. I don't have to worry about this. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we obviously couldn't sleep in the bedroom. So we slept down in our family room, where we are right now, on a big air mattress until all the construction was done. And it was nice, too, because they also painted the rooms when they were done. So it's like, all of our rooms look so pretty.
And Evelyn says they are in the Klingon man cave. It's true. If I could, one of these days, maybe I'll have to, once I get this place cleaned up a little bit, I'll give you guys a tour. I got, all kinds of Klingon memorabilia hanging on the walls. Buttlots and swords and so forth, knives. And, of course, I've got all the action figures that a lot of you have seen and whatnot.
And his newest addition above his left shoulder there.
Oh, yeah. Does anyone recognize what that is? I'm not going to focus on that too much tonight. But I'm wondering if anyone recognizes what that is.
Now I got to look.
How about I zoom in? Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. You're pointing to it.
Yeah. So let me reach into it.
Oh, is that the virtual reality thing?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
Never mind. You're pointing at an actual figure. Never mind.
Yep.
How am I supposed to see?
So you recognize that guy?
That's Han Solo.
Put your hand behind him.
Yep. Oh,
he got his own movie a few years ago.
I dropped the blaster. Yeah, that's not real. That's not real. But yeah, that's So what that is the first cubicle or the booth or whatever you want to call it.
Pacific 414, Han shot only. Yes.
Absolutely true. That is the first completed booth of the Cantina playset that I'm working in. I've also got most of the entryway done, but there's a couple pieces that I haven't glued in place yet, so I can't show that yet. And I will have a video coming up pretty shortly, giving some good views of this thing here. Let's see, just real quick, want to go through. Got to be honest, Bud Light is cheap and very light. It doesn't taste like piss. Well, I don't know. I don't taste piss very often. It's a very neutral beer. Literally anyone can drink it. Not much flavor. Not gonna get you hammered. It is the beer equivalent of White Claw. Just my opinion.
Zima.
Zima. Yeah, I actually used to like the taste of Zima, only because Zima made a great mixer with other things. And let's see. And deleted scenes had gotten it. The Cantina, Han shot only. Yeah. So, Fletcher Williams, I Suck at Games channel. Hola, welcome. So good to see you. Bud Light is the chicken of beers. Okay, fair enough.
The what?
And yeah, Bud Light is a party beer because it's cheap and you can buy, a lot of it. And well, now it's incredibly cheap. They're literally giving it away. And honestly, yeah, I have no problem not sponsoring them.
They're not even going to card the teenagers for it.
Yeah, right. Because they figure they're probably not buying it to drink it. It's getting to the point where I honestly feel like we've turned a corner and people are starting to rebel against the bullshit. I think people are tired of being silenced. I think people are, and Adega is agreeing with, welcome, by the way, Adega, who was just on last night with Netters Network. Check out that interview. It was awesome. Also, in that interview in the chat, check it out. I drop all the links so that you can buy his books. Check out his channel where he kind of does some audios that are like precursors to books he's writing and gives background on his stories. Definitely worth checking out.
And we had a giveaway last night.
And if you
weren't there, well, then you missed out.
Yeah, you missed out. That's why you got to be here every single time. Because you never know, especially on Netters Network. You never know when she's giving away free shit. Oh,
free prizes.
I swore. Oh no, it's 9:27. I guess it's
Free
past
prizes.
Yeah, right. Free prizes.
Well, it's a given that at every milestone of 100, so like I gave away stuff on my 200, I'll give away on my 300, my 400, 500, whatever. So you get me up to those milestones, you get stuff. That is seriously the only reason I want to hit those milestones.
Netter
is so that I have a reason to give away prizes.
Netter, of course, is always permalinked in the description below, so make sure you're subscribed to her. I'd appreciate it if you're not subscribed to me. If you'd subscribe to me, Aged Boomer, linked below, and of course our favorite Blue Wrench, deleted scenes. He's down below too. So just
and I only need 6 more to get to 250. So
6 more.
I'm getting up there. Come on.
That would really encourage us. So
if you guys, we get up to 250, then it's only 50 more to 300, and more prizes.
And look at Triggerfish getting us back on topic. I think people are just tired of having all the diversity stuff shoved in their faces. Just live your life, but leave me out of it. That's how I feel about it. I think this movement over the past couple of years is bringing out the libertarians, right? I think there was a lot of liberals, classical liberals, and a lot of conservatives who are now saying, screw all that shit, I'm a libertarian. I don't give a crap what anyone else is doing. I just want to be left alone, and I want maximum freedom. And we're starting to care more and more about things like the First Amendment, I mean, I have as much right as you do to say whatever I feel like. You don't get to say a bunch of racist bullshit and then I got to keep my mouth shut. And that's kind of what Hollywood has been doing lately. That's what a lot of the entertainment industry has been doing. That's what a lot of businesses have been doing. And we're tired of it. And people are forgetting. People had forgotten, but they're starting to remember. You can cheat the vote, but you can't make us buy. We will always be able to vote with our dollars. And people are leaving states that are acting stupid, voting with their feet, voting with their tax dollars. People are not buying from companies that are doing stupid shit they don't like.
Like Target?
Target was the one that they were on this path for a long time, with the whole, they were all behind the rainbow flag bullshit every year. And this year they just went a little bit too far right after the whole Bud Light thing, and they realized they screwed up right away. And people are starting to look at Bud Light and going, yeah, maybe not. And a lot of companies are backing off the rainbow flags. Triggerfish says, I'm not even American, but it is sad to see that something like Memorial Day is a side note, yet Pride gets an entire month. Right? Bingo, my friend.
You see, I believe, this is just my personal opinion, you have the right to believe anything you want. You have the right to your own political affiliations. You have the right to be gay, straight, whatever, because there are some whatevers out there. I don't care about your beliefs. I support you to believe what you want to believe, but don't try to shove your beliefs down my throat. Because if I believe something different from you, we are okay to have a difference of opinion.
Yeah, especially if your beliefs are bullshit. If your beliefs are flat Earth, if your belief is Cleopatra was black, and it's not backed up by receipts, screw you. Believe whatever you want, but you're wrong. Keep it to yourself, asshole.
Anyway.
Sorry.
He gets hot sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. I respect your right to believe whatever you want to believe. That's fine. But if I don't agree with your opinion, don't try to shove it down my throat and tell me I'm wrong about it. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And I respect your opinion. Respect mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because really, I don't care if you are gay, straight, Republican, Democrat, alien, whatever, don't push your agendas on me.
Triggerfish says, yeah, it's literally everywhere. What about the U.S. flag? I've been seeing a lot of even people in the gay community. I am about as conservative as you can get, and yet I started following a group called Gays Against Groomers. They are very much of the mind of, we've come a long way, baby, and these assholes are completely destroying everything we fought for. The gays have fought for generations to not be considered synonymous with child diddlers, and they don't like the fact that it's being all undone by the fucking child diddlers, you know. And yeah, this whole idea of, I'll be honest with you, Paulie, Latino Slant,
right,
who is an awesome human being, politically, you know, on the opposite side of where I am, but there's so much that we agree on, you know, and what we don't agree on, I think we could both respect each other on.
Well, plus he'll talk to you and not try and cancel you.
Exactly, exactly, you know. And one of the things he said is he has, and if you're not following Latino Slant, make sure you do.
Channel.
Yeah, Paul's
it's a
good
great
people.
channel. He's guested on my channel, on Netter's Network. Absolutely a great guy. He was talking about the whole situation that was going on with the, was it the Brooklyn Dodgers? The Dodgers had they were doing some event for Pride or something like that, and they had a group of cross-dressing nuns or something like that were like very anti-Catholic or whatever. And he was talking about, and he was really kind of digging into all the nuance of the arguments. But an underlying thing that I think should have been more important in what he was sharing was, he said if it was him, they would never have special days for, you know, it's about baseball and that's it. You don't need a Pride Day. You don't need a Women's Day. You don't need a Italian Day, a Latino Day. You don't need all this, right? You know, because once you start down that path, there's only 365 friggin' days in the year. You can't, you know, it was a very Jordan Peterson sort of concept about this whole intersectionalism. Made me think of Morgan Freeman. He's got a video out, or an interview that he did. You could probably find it, where he talks about, someone asked him something about Black History Month or something. And he's like, yeah, no, I don't care for Black History Month. He says, when is Jewish History Month? When is White History Month? Do you want just 1 month to remember your history? He says, Black history is American history. We are Americans. Let's have 365 days of American history. Mm-hmm. And what I find funny is that, you know, the so-called do-gooders, the so-called woke, the so-called liberals are distorting history. So instead of learning actual African history, African American history, actual Black history, you're learning a distortion. You're learning a lie. It's ridiculous and sad. So I don't need an Italian Americans Day, an Italian Americans Month, whatever. But I will point out I don't have one.
Why?
Yeah.
You know what day it was?
St. Joseph's Day.
I thought it was Columbus Day. I thought Columbus Day was the big Italian American.
And that one's been done away with too. Right.
Because they started attacking.
And that's because Christopher Columbus was Italian, although he and see, this is where it gets all kind of bizarre, right? Christopher Columbus was Italian, but he was hired by the Spanish.
Yeah.
He found the New World that was colonized by the British. You know, I mean. And that was what was great about America. We were a melting pot, right? We were we were greater than the sum of our parts. We had black, white, we had Asian, and look, somewhere in there you got the Italians. There's an interesting video out there, you could search for it. Italians used to be considered kind of more closer to black, and now we're white. And now they're starting to try to turn the Latinos into white. You're not allowed to be Latino, now you're white. Mm-hmm. Look, all this intersectional bullshit. This is the stuff Jordan Peterson warned us about, and we didn't listen. And we're seeing it come true in real time. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Yeah, Boosh. 53 murders in Chicago this past Memorial Day weekend. Where do you see the most gun deaths? Chicago? Well, specifically Chicago. New York, specifically. And pick a city in California. We're talking about the states that have the most rigorous gun laws. Unconstitutional gun laws, mind you, but be that as it may. You can ban guns all you want. When you ban guns, the people that are committing murders aren't going to go, gee, maybe I shouldn't commit this murder because guns are illegal. Murder's fucking illegal.
Oh, stop shouting.
This is the biggest problem. We've already got the laws. You don't need to ban every tool that might be used for murder. Because guess what? You're going to have to outlaw guns, knives, forks, razor blades, rope, screwdrivers, crowbars, saws.
We get the picture, sweetie.
Yeah, I hope so.
Do you remember the trading in the toys for guns thing years back?
I've known about a bunch of gun buybacks. I got some stories, but go ahead.
I have a suspicion though that maybe the criminals thought, hey, this is a great way to unload a gun and get a free toy, and just if they wanted to get rid of a gun, that was used in a crime, just drop it off one of those places.
Yeah, so I've been seeing that, not so much in the United. Well, it might be happening in the U.S. In some places, but Australia, a bunch of other places have had these buybacks of guns, and people are going in and collecting money for these freaking ridiculous. It's just a tube strapped to a piece of wood, and it's hysterical. I mean, and the actual gun enthusiasts are looking at this going, good, fuck you, pay them, because you're too stupid to know what is a gun and what isn't a gun. And then you got that assassination in Japan where the guy literally did make a homemade hand cannon, and don't try this at home, kids. They'll blow up in your fucking hand. But they did it,
Yeah, it's like that one guy in Death Wish 3 made a homemade pipe gun.
Yep, you can do it. I don't recommend it. If you don't know what you're doing, don't try to make a homemade gun.
I don't recommend
but it
doing
can
many
be
things.
done. Oh, and when Bobo Biden, the drooling idiot in the White House, says that, you can't buy just any, you can't, back at the signing of the Constitution, you couldn't buy a cannon. Bullshit. There has never been a law outlawing civilians from owning cannons. Look into it, prove me wrong. But cannons are absolutely legal. To this day, flintlock muskets aren't even classified as firearms.
Guy says my mic is coming in low. Can you hear me okay?
I can
hear you.
Yeah, he sounds great to me.
Maybe I'm talking softer than usual since
Maybe I'm just talking loud.
You're talking very loud. Bring it down a couple notches.
That could be it. Let me, you know what? Let me actually take a moment. I'm going to go into my audio settings.
He's going to take
I'm going to bring my mic down a little bit. How's that? Is that a little bit better? I can't promise I won't get loud, but that has nothing to do with my volume settings.
Can I comment on Sir Torrin Clegane's comment? He says, also, don't be related to Charles Bronson. Those are some of the lessons of Death Wish. By the time you get to 3, there's no one left. His family's gone. It's some old war buddy of his when he was a conscientious objector. So how he would have a war buddy is beyond me. But that's who gets killed. It's some distant friend because his family's been wiped out by that point in the Death Wish series.
Very, very much like the Punisher. That's that kind of a story. Bush McFadden, I don't agree, Netter, because teachers are doing it to our children. Yeah. So they're not entitled at all to their opinion. Yeah. Let's rephrase that. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're also entitled to keep it to your fucking self. And by all means, if you are instructing children, you have a high calling. If you're pulling this bullshit, that's called grooming, my friend. Hey, they pull my channel. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even monetized. What the fuck do I care? I'm calling it the way it is. Look, this kind of stuff is far more important than my fucking YouTube channel. And guys, if anything ever happens to my YouTube channel, I'm over on Rumble. Go check me out. Every video, every live stream gets backed up to Rumble. So all my content will be over there. And if I can't go live here, I will be over on Rumble. You should always know that. Just keep that in the back of your mind. And I would appreciate it if you'd all go and... I don't know if I can link to my Rumble channel in the thing below. I wonder if YouTube would have a problem with that. Maybe I should add that to my standard thing down below. We'll see.
Yeah, you can put all of your different channels down there. I see it all the time in people's things. They'll have... I'm here on YouTube, I'm here at Twitter, I'm here at Rumble, I'm here at wherever.
Pacific 414 says these companies and sports leagues, who pander for 1 month are ruining what has made them the success they once were. So that actually indirectly brings up another point that I want to address, and it kind of goes to what we were talking about with Morgan Freeman and the Black History Month. Do you want to be limited to 1 month? Do you want to only be respected and acknowledged during certain special times? This is why Netter and I really don't focus on things like Valentine's Day, because the idea is if we're not showing our love for each other throughout the year, we are way falling short in our relationship. If it takes something like, I don't even, is it February 14th?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm forgetting my Catholicism, right? Because that's also supposed to be St. Valentine's Day.
Right, St. Valentine.
Yeah. All I know is, as an Italian, the whole massacre thing, but that's... Oh no, I'm making jokes. Because Italian. Because fuck you, I can. I'm Italian. And you know what? If you want to make Italian jokes, you can fucking make Italian jokes too. It's not gonna bother me. My skin is not that thin.
I keep watching Sopranos clips. Robert Loggia was on the show one time. He played a guy that got out of prison wanting work for Tony because he used to work, for his father, I guess, or for the guy who used to run the Jersey Mob. And of course, he's, Robert Loggia, he's older at this point, right? But he's causing trouble on the show. It's funny.
Every time now I think about Robert Loggia, I think of that Family Guy bit about Robert Loggia. R as in Robert Loggia. O as in, oh, look, it's Robert Loggia. Boosh. Anti-Catholic is a mild way to say it. It's sacrilege. There was a time when, regardless of your religion or lack thereof, you did your best to be respectful to other people.
Right.
I've mentioned many times David Friedheit, the Canadian lawyer, who's now moved to Florida and
he escaped.
He escaped from behind the maple curtain. His channel is Viva Fry, and he has talked about how he's Jewish by birth, but he doesn't hold any religious convictions. However, he tries very hard to be respectful to all religions. He tries not to swear at all, but as his show has gone on, he's gotten like me. He's gotten more and more angry about things, and so he swears more and more. He tries so hard not to take the Lord's name in vain, and every time he does, he's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. It slipped out." Look, it's very easy to have grace for somebody who has a conviction about at least trying not to do something. We all fall short, right? But he has no religious conviction, and yet he has a strong conviction about not offending anybody's religious convictions.
Right.
That's just mutual friggin' respect. But it seems like that has been completely lost in modern society.
It's funny.
Did I say Brooklyn Dodgers? Oh, for fuck's sake. I do it all the time. I know that they moved to California. What city are they in? They're the Trolley Dodgers. They're
LA?
Are they the LA Dodgers now? Oh, jeez. This shows how much I follow sports, but it also shows what an old soul I am. At least I hope that's what it shows.
I'm reminded, though, you were just talking about a scene on Doogie Howser, MD, when Vinny failed his French project in class.
Oh, Vinny! He was such a kindred spirit to me. Yeah.
And he was going, I need to know French anyway. And he says, and like Doogie's challenging him, "You're a filmmaker. You should like other languages because their films made in other languages." And he's like, "Well, I know Italian." And he says, "You know swear words in Italian." And then Vinny says, "That's all you need to know."
No, that's not true. You need to know swear words and you need to know food.
Okay, yes.
But yes, you need to vaffanculo. Okay, that's what you need. There's your first lesson. It means fuck you.
Did you just say pasta fagioli?
Pasta fagioli. Yeah, there you go.
You could order the wrong thing at a restaurant, right?
When the stars make you drool, just like pasta fagioli, that's amore. Bobby's World, welcome. His interview with Mike Wallace. Yeah.
Do you remember Bobby's World, the cartoon? Howie Mandel?
I do. Well,
Yeah,
I remember his routine about Bobby long before they had a cartoon.
And they did a cartoon. It was actually a pretty cool kids cartoon. It was
actually, Netter does a pretty good impression of Bobby.
I'm trying to remember what the routine was like.
It was the every time Mommy puts me on the potty.
Yeah.
Every time Mama puts me on the potty, I cry. So she said, "Bobby?" And I said, "What?" Because that's my name. And she said, How come every time I put you on the potty, you cry?" I said, "It's my potty and I cry if I want to."
Absolutely. Or what about the one about "Don't sing, Mommy"?
How was it?
How does it start? It's like, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word," or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't remember the. Something like.
Okay, we can't remember the routine. It's something about "Please don't sing, Mommy. You scare me when you sing."
Now I gotta look it up. Howie Mandel.
Yeah. No. Oh, Triggerfish, Germans are not only underrepresented, that gets too close to, what happened in the 30s, and people get all squirrely and bullshitty, and it's like, look, what's the saying? George Santayana said, those who do not remember history are destined to repeat it. And unfortunately, those that would change history want us to repeat it. And that's exactly what's happening. We're not allowed to talk about the mistakes of the past, or will offend people. Well, you know what? you better be fucking offended. You need to be offended about the things that happened in the past so that we don't do them again. And, you know, throughout 2020 and 2021 and 2022, when they were breaking all the friggin' Nuremberg Accords, we were all saying, look, we went through this whole Nazi bullshit for a reason. You know, we need to learn from it, and you're doing it all over again. And what happens? Gina gets fired and silenced and thrown off of Twitter, and we start doing it all fucking over again.
They kind of proved her point, didn't they?
They did, and I said it at the time. You're literally proving her point. Now, I'm going to bring it down and give it back to Netter. Take it away, Bobby.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, I'm gonna grab his feathers and rip off his wings. If that mockingbird can't fly, I'm gonna grab a needle and stick him in the eye. And if that mockingbird can't sing, I'm gonna grab his leg and break his knee. And if that mockingbird is dead, I'm gonna buy you a parrot and name him Fred. If that parrot just won't speak, I'll kill that one too.
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, that was a great routine. He was a very underrated comedian, and now what? He's a
host on
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever it is. Yeah,
the briefcase show.
Price is Right.
I don't know. It's the one where you open up the briefcases looking for
Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not such a bad, I don't know.
D. Pensek, there are no 6 foot tall people. They're all 5'12".
Yes.
Just remember that. But yeah. Speaking of Bobby's World, let's see. Garlic eaters was a slur. That's absolutely true, but we fucking embrace it because
hey,
what do we say about garlic, Netter?
You can't have too much garlic.
You can't have too much garlic.
And I'm not even Italian.
Yeah.
I'm English and French.
I'll tell you what. There's a channel that I will recommend to you. I would recommend if you like Italian food, check out the YouTube channel Pasta Grammar. Okay? The girl she's the sweetest thing. She knows her Italian food. I think she's Sicilian, so she's, her Italian is whatever, but she's more Italian than I am, so who am I to fucking talk about it? But she doesn't like garlic that much. When she does garlic bread, you know how she does garlic bread? She toasts the bread, and then she rubs a clove of garlic on it.
Blasphemy.
And it's like, the fuck's wrong with you, girl? You squeeze that thing out, you get all the juice on there, and we're not talking just one little clove, we're talking a whole fucking bulb.
Oh,
I want the whole garlic.
We do recipes where it asks for.
My mouth is friggin' water. I have all this alcohol in me that should be drying me out, but my mouth is watering thinking about garlic.
We'll get recipes where it's asking for a clove, a single. Single.
And we're like, that's a mistake. They don't know. They meant a whole bulb.
Yeah, so we'll literally add in a whole bulb. Same with vanilla. When I'm making cookies and stuff, and it says a quarter teaspoon or 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla, it's like, screw that. I put in a couple of tablespoons. And it's like, you gotta know how to make.
Adega
You gotta know how to
says,
cook.
the first is my celebration, the second my pride, and I have a lot of ammo for my prides. T-shirt will work for ammo.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Yep. Because it's kind of expensive, my friends. We primarily go for 22s just because it's generally cheap and you can buy a lot of ammo that way. But I want to upgrade. I really, really do. But the ammo is just so damn expensive. We're the most diverse nation on the planet, and we have been for quite some time. And now they say we need more diversity. I don't hear more diversity. I hear fewer white people. Yes, that is absolutely right. And the same laws that we put in place to make sure that we don't discriminate are now being broken. They're literally being broken to literally discriminate against white people. And honestly, a lot of companies are suffering in the past decade or so because of this. They're bowing to what they think is, good and fair. You know what? You have an HR department for a reason. The HR department is supposed to know the law and keep you in compliance. They're not doing that. They're pushing this ESG bullshit, this DIE bullshit, and they are getting you sued, and a lot of companies are closing because of being sued. And I'm not just talking about the racist bullshit. I'm also talking about the bodily autonomy stuff. Just saying, all those lawsuits are coming back to roost. Yeah, the more gun control fails, the more they insist you need it. But you know what? They can't get past that Second Amendment. They can't get past Bruin. The law is the law. You want to change the Second Amendment? Yeah, go for it. Try. Go ahead and try. There is law in place. There is a procedure for changing the Constitution. Good luck with that. You can amend the Constitution. We did it over alcohol. So you can try to do it.
That didn't work out so good.
But let me tell you something. You try to change that Second Amendment, you're going to have a whole fucking lot of people saying, Molan Lobe. Look it up. If you don't know your Greek, look it up. Molan Lobe.
I know one word in Greek, and it's not a very nice word.
Yeah. Those of you that have seen the 300 or read the 300, you know what Molan Lobe is. Come and take them. That's what it means.
The 300.
Someone is getting worked up. I feel the passion. Oh, well, good. I appreciate that you guys don't mind me. And you know what? I did say you guys can lead the. That's why I'm focusing on you guys so much tonight. If you want to change the topic, you don't want to talk about the things I'm talking about, we can talk about something else. But I'm having a lot of fun with where we're going so far. But yeah,
There's some Midnight's Edge thing about a guy who worked for Lucasfilm calling out toxic fans. Kathleen Kennedy or something like that.
Yeah, it was John Campia. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's what did I call him? A mental masturbator is what he is. He's so full of shit. Yeah, check out the most recent Midnight's Edge live stream. They played segments of his rant, and it's just foul. I mean, I've used some strong language tonight, but nothing like the things he said. He's a piece of shit. Entitled to his opinion, and honestly, anyone that's following him, good luck to you in life. Let me just say it. Switzerland has a gun in every household. After they get drafted, they keep their weapons. Yeah, you know what? Same thing in Israel. Same thing. Everybody serves in the military, and everyone keeps their gun. And guess what? Nobody fucking invades them. Ukraine learned that lesson the hard way, didn't they? Yeah, if Ukraine had a Second Amendment, they wouldn't have been invaded. And look into, again, if you don't know your history, you're destined to repeat it. There is a reason our Second Amendment exists. This whole idea of a standing army and federal police is all bullshit. It was all meant to be citizens were supposed to have their own weapons, and they were the standing army. And every man and boy, and in theory, woman and girl, if necessary, were to pick up arms and defend their homes. That's why the Second Amendment exists, and that's why it will persist. And when it ends, so ends the Union. Oh, wait a minute. We got to back up. Age of Boomer. Also, don't be related to
We
Charles
talked about that.
Yeah. We need to rewatch those. Well, I needed to give that for context for...
Hey.
We need to rewatch those movies one day.
Have you seen them all? There are 5 of them.
I don't think I've seen them all.
6 if you count Death Kiss, which I do.
And
even though they got a Charles Bronson look.
Although it's not in the same line, I would say Falling Down is another movie that you need to kind of watch.
Well,
in
remember
that
Falling Down
spirit.
came out, they were like, Oprah Winfrey was doing a whole thing. Is this called white male paranoia? Everybody was talking about white male paranoia. That was a thing in the 90s. That was
she can go fuck herself, okay? Because she's got more money than any 12 white people put together, you know. Opinion. Yeah. Remove the 3 highest murder rate cities, and our global rank drops 144 places: Chicago, Detroit, and DC. Yeah. And all 3 Democrat run. Just saying. Not saying GOP is all that awesome. Just drawing correlations. Not causality, but correlations. Netter was saying, don't talk to her about the opinion. They don't. They can't. They go after kids, and they don't clap back with it. Look,
Yeah.
I'm going to say something right here. I have a serious problem with what's happening in our schools, what's happening with Disney, what's happening with all the grooming bullshit, okay? But it all starts and ends with the parents. Parents, if you aren't close with your kids, if you aren't teaching your children, if you aren't in there with them, you make them victims of these predators. Yeah. My mom made sure that when I went to, she sent me to a Catholic grade school, but she also told me, keep the religion on an even keel. Don't go, when I started talking about, maybe I'd like to join the priesthood and stuff. She's like, yeah, take a look at this Playboy magazine and tell me you still want to be a priest. Not even kidding about that. My mom was pretty down to earth on that kind of stuff. But yeah, she was pretty realistic about that kind of stuff. When I went to college, she's like, look, okay, I've taught you to think for yourself. You be very careful, because when you get to college, they're going to try and fuck with your head, and and honestly, I don't know how much of it was my mom and how much of it was a single teacher that I had in college who taught critical thinking. Was in I was in the liberal arts department, believe it or not.
Really?
My major was psychology. I was in liberal arts, but I had a teacher in English, okay? In English, the grammar and all that bullshit, right? Who, for whatever reason, taught us critical thinking. One of the books on the syllabus we had to read and were tested on was learning, logical fallacies and that kind of stuff. And she would talk about things like religion and stuff like that, but she talked about them very in general, right? And all about what is your belief, what do you believe, why do you believe it, can you support it, logic, so forth. Try to ask her what her religion. I'm sorry. It's not my place to talk to you about my religion. I'm your teacher. I have my convictions. What they are, you'll never know. That was pretty good. Now, from other cues, I kind of got the impression she was like uber left. Okay? But I respect the hell out of the fact that never came up. That I don't know that with certainty.
No, because it's about teaching you how to think. That's what
yes.
Yes.
And I will always respect her for that. I gotta tell you. In fact, I think she was, she was as into women as I was. Let's just put it that way, But which was very much so. I worked as a substitute teacher, and one of my favorite moments was when I read a kid doing a worksheet on a Mother Jones article about Trump, and it asked if it's biased and why. Yeah, see, this same professor I was just talking about, she used to do, and actually I had a class in high school. I remember his name because nobody ever made a joke about it. And it wasn't until many years later that I thought that we could have been joking about it for years. Mr. Jerkovsky.
Oh.
He was another one that I think was, like a very 60s hippie type of teacher. Probably very liberal. But he was also real big on sources and understanding the bias of sources. And evaluating what was a good source and what was a bad source and whatnot. That was actually my first, introduction to fallacies. The college class kind of took it to another level, but yeah. So I was just blessed. I was blessed. I had a bunch of liberals who taught me to think for myself, along with my conservative mother who taught me to think for myself. So I respect anybody who's got the ability to look past the bullshit, let's say.
And I do agree with what Bush was saying. It's like, I hadn't even thought about that, how teachers are influencing our children in really bad ways. You should not be teaching our children your opinion.
Yeah.
You teach them facts. You don't teach them your opinion.
Yeah.
And there was a story, and I may have related this before on another time I was on Troy's stream, that a little girl...
You're kind of always on my stream if you think about it.
Yes, that's true. Well, I kind of live here, so...
That's true.
But
she is the bouncer, so...
Yeah, but a little girl had been pulled into a counselor's office at school. She was like 10, 11 years old. And the counselor kept telling her, "You feel like a boy, don't you?" And she's like, "No, I'm a girl." She goes, "No, you actually feel like a little boy. And from now on, your name is going to be," and gave her some boy's name. And
Wow.
convinced her after about like an hour and a half badgering her in her office that she felt like a boy and wanted to be a boy from that point on. And she was told, "You don't tell your mother or father about this."
Children are malleable. That's why they need to be protected. I don't think I'm telling you guys anything you don't already
Anyway,
know.
she was told not to tell her mother or father about it. She could tell her friends at school and her teachers, and that's all she was to tell. And she was actually ordered, you don't tell your parents or anything about this. You just tell your schoolmates and your teachers. So the little girl had gone home, and she actually told her grandmother, because she wasn't told not to tell her grandmother. And the grandmother told the mother, who went to school and just ripped everybody a new one and got the counselor sacked. Because
Fletcher-
it's like, you don't tell my little girl she's a little boy.
Exactly. Fletcher
Creepy.
Williams makes a great point. It's just a power trip and a money grab for the alphabet mafia. It is more than that, though. This is cultural Marxism. This is them trying to, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They are literally coming after our kids, because if they can corrupt our children and get them to think their way, in a generation, this will no longer be a democracy or a representative republic or whatever you want to call it. It will be socialism. That is what they're trying to bring about. That's what Marxism is all about. Marxism, classical Marxism, was about the rich against the poor. Well, when you live in a capitalist society, that doesn't work real well, because everyone has the potential to move up, or at least want to move up. So they start looking at things like, well, what other ways can we divide people? Well, the color of their skin, their gender preferences, gender ideology, male, female, whatever. Anything they could do to drive a wedge. And so many of us let them do it and embrace it. Be aware of what they're doing and don't let them do it. What is it? I will be like a reed in the wind. I will bend. I will bend. I will not break. Fear is the mind killer. Let's be honest here. All of these days...
Shuffling honest
Alexa, stop! Appreciate you trying to help me. Please don't help me.
Don't help me.
Don't help me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sir Torin probably jumps on that one right away. This is...
Do you ask Alexa to tell you a bedtime story each night?
I never thought of it, should I?
You can.
I had her do it once, and she told me the story of the Velveteen Rabbit.
Oh.
I like the Velveteen Rabbit. Yeah. Let's be honest here. All of these days, weeks, and months are not honoring anybody. They are literally co-opted by businesses to sell their crap. None of these places actually care about anything. You're absolutely right, and you see it because as soon as it doesn't work to their advantage, when they see what happens to Bud Light and Target, they're like, yeah, let's back off of this stuff. Yeah. And really, the Bud Light thing is the kind of thing that's going to be taught in business classes years from now. Because it's, who is your audience? Okay? If you alienate 90% of your audience to focus on the 10%, that's a great way to kill your business. Or you find ways to appeal to everybody by not pissing anybody off. It's not easy, but the best way to do it, don't get fucking political. Don't get involved in hotbed topics. Stay the fuck away from it.
Controversy. Don't court controversy, I guess. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. What was it my grandmother always used to say? In polite society, you don't talk about sex, politics, or religion. If you're a business, unless your business is one of those things, don't talk about sex, politics, or religion.
Politics.
Yep.
Think of the word poly means many, and what is a tick? A blood-sucking insect.
A parasite, absolutely. And even worse, they are being bullied into submission by the lenders thanks to the ESG scores. Yes, Triggerfish, thank you for bringing that up. I was actually thinking about that in my booze-addled mind. Midnight Says just put out a video recently talking about exactly this. Why these companies, we keep asking, why? Why are you doing this? Are you trying to destroy your business? No. They're trying to maintain their credit line because the lending companies are forcing them. You won't get a credit line if your ESG score isn't high. And your ESG score isn't high if you're not pushing the message. As the drinker says. I don't have the fancy electronics, so I could put the echo on it. The message, right? But that's what this is all about. And they already have all the money in the fucking world, and they're in complete control of it. So they don't care about the profit. They're trying to bring about the social change. Look, I don't want to be all tin-hatty, but this whole New World Order concept, it makes sense because we've seen it in history, right? You make your money, then you destroy the economy because you're on top and everyone now works for you. You're the master, they're the slave. So you bring about socialism. Socialism is a great theory if everyone is, 100% equal on the fiscal level. But that's not how it actually works because human beings have to human, okay? And everyone is going to be equally fucking poor slaves, and there's always going to be an oligarchy. You're never going to get past it. That's why socialism doesn't work. You keep saying real socialism's never been tried. That's because real socialism isn't possible. It is impossible. It is a pipe dream. It is as likely as grabbing a hold of your belt and lifting yourself up into the air. That is socialism for you. Every time I think about Robert Loggia, I think of that scene from Lost Highway. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Where he beats the crap out of the guy. Have I done a watch party?
We've not
of
done Lost Highway. We have not.
That's a tough. That's a tough one. And I'm telling you, if I do that, we definitely have to have deleted scenes in on that.
You know what I liked about it? Remember, he says he turns on the car and he says, "You hear that? Smooth as shit from a duck's ass." Remember he said that? Like, who talks like that?
The hardest scene for me, and this is again because having met some of the people that acted in it, Sherilyn Fenn is in it. She's got a really rough scene, and I told her when I saw her in person, I said, I can't. I have a hard time watching Lost Highway because of your scenes. And she got what I was saying. She was like, I understand, thanks. It's like, I don't want to see her like that. It's those of you that have seen Lost Highway, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. But anyway, and look, I know, you're an actor doing a role, but the idea that something like that could happen to you, it bothers me. It really bothers me. And that's what the scene was, I know I'm speaking obliquely because I don't want to ruin a film for you that we might do a watch party of on here, so, And everyone's saying LA. They must be referring to the LA Dodgers. So thank you, guys. I'm way behind on the chats, but I'm really, really, really enjoying this. We have lots of Italians in Germany, lovely people. Well, thank you for saying as much. We have a lot of Germans in the Midwest because, and this again goes to history, during World War II, everybody talks about the Japanese internment camps that we had, but we had prison camps for the Germans too, and they were mostly in Wisconsin. And then when the war ended and everyone was released, they just settled in Wisconsin. So we have a huge German population here, which I consider a huge blessing because we got some great pubs and restaurants where you can get some great German food. The schnitzel and the
Knockwurst.
Oh God. Oh man. But and don't read anything into this, okay? Don't look at this as German, Italian. Don't give me any shit, okay? I just just my heritage. It doesn't mean I'm a big supporter of Mussolini or any of that kind of bullshit. They strung him up by his heels. He got what he had coming to him. The Dodgers thinks it's so disingenuous since the church has actual homes for those suffering from AIDS. Oh, but speaking of AIDS, we just talk about not learning from history, right? We got what's his fucking name in charge of the whole COVID thing? Fauci, right? Who was in charge of things during the AIDS epidemic? It was Fauci. He's a fucking asshole. He's a fucking asshole then. The gay community knew it then, and I guess everyone fucking forgot about it. So, whatever. Anyway, that's a side note.
Fauci.
We had a man speak during Mass about how the family has abandoned him, but he now was taken care of. Yeah. There's always that, what would Jesus do, right? And people want to pervert that, right? He's still called sin. He expected you to repent. It was what was wrong. He still loved you, but you still had to change if you ever wanted to fucking get into heaven. Just saying, Is that blasphemy for me to use the F word in the middle of talking about what Christ said?
Netter might be more of the authority in this situation.
Well, yeah, she has stronger convictions for me than.
What did I want to make a point though? It's interesting. I was watching a documentary. In fact, it might have been based on Bill O'Reilly's book, the Killing Jesus documentary. They talked about John the Baptist,
And they said that his next goal after he met Jesus, he was going to try to get King Herod to repent.
Yep.
And they said his idea was that if you could get Herod to repent, then everyone else would follow. Do you understand? If you get the
absolutely,
it
absolutely.
didn't go according to his plan, though.
No, absolutely. And there's definitely honor in the ultimate sacrifice, right? He gave his life doing what he believed was right. So did Christ. There's definitely some value in that. Everyone has to die, but if your legacy lives on because of the way you die, that's immortality, my friend. The Nazi Party was a democratic left party, and they were democratically elected. They were the Workers' Party. Let that sink in. Yes, remember, those of you that don't speak German, Nazi actually stands for National Socialist Party. National Socialists. And it's the socialists that are trying to pull all this ESG bullshit. It's the same thing happening all over again with a slightly different flavor. Just because it's not exactly the same. And he says that they were democratically elected. But were they really? They pulled some shenanigans. And, look at the last election. Look at the election before that. Just saying. We're asking for signature matches, and we're being fought on that in Arizona to this day. Just saying. That's democratically elected, right? Mockingbird is suing for defamation. Well, tell them to sue Howie Mandel. That was his thing. That's right. Howie Mandel was Gizmo. Yes, he was Gizmo. Absolutely. Is he still... Big Al, is he doing the voice of Gizmo in that cartoon thing that's going on right now?
He should be.
If he's not, he should be. You're absolutely right.
Now I'm going to find out who voices Gizmo in the new cartoon.
Yeah, and Triggerfish is saying it's the lenders. Yeah, check out that Midnight's Edge. Deleted it. Can't be a sigh. Yeah, he's a piece of work. He really is. I am the thing. Yeah. Drooling Biden, absolutely. Dang, just got here. What'd I miss? I got caught up in Red Dead 2. That's probably as good as anything we were talking about. So, Potawatomi, you missed me getting really, really drunk, talking on a whole bunch of political topics. The chat's in charge tonight. So, I'm kind of going where they lead me. Vodka Troy is a mad Troy. I don't know about mad as in angry. Maybe mad as in a little bit crazy. Definitely, for sure.
You can tell he's being quote-unquote passionate when he starts getting loud.
Yeah. If I get really angry,
he turns green.
Well, I turn green. I get quiet. Netter's like, no, as long as he's yelling, you're okay. When he gets quiet, you need to back the fuck up. Yep. Well, yes, they do now. They didn't until the invasion. Then suddenly they start handing out fucking guns all over the place. Yeah. So that'll teach you something. But they do have a cross-dressing comedian running the country. Yes. All those people that are so pro-Ukraine and don't know their fucking history and the Maidan coup and all of that kind of stuff. Again, if you don't know your history, you're destined to repeat it or look like a fucking idiot on the interwebs.
History.
Yeah. Oprah has become whiter over the... Thank you, Potawatomi. Absolutely. By the way, Potawatomi is going to be guesting on Netter's Network in a couple weeks. Make sure you're subscribed to Netter's Network. You won't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And subscribe to the Potawatomi, because he's good people. He likes gum. We'll talk more about that on Netter's Network. The last time Chicago had Republican in power, JFK was still alive. Oh, we could do a whole stream about JFK, Robert Kennedy, and the fact that Robert Kennedy Jr. is running for president. Let me put it this way to you folks. If Kennedy wins the Democratic primary and Trump wins the Republican primary, I don't care who's president. We win either way. Just saying. Just saying. Kennedy is probably the only Democrat I would vote for. He's the only Democrat I would vote for. And if Trump isn't the candidate, yeah, that's who I would vote for. Absolutely. Let's see here. Gotta head off to bed. Oh, Pacific 414, thank you for hanging out as long as you did. I super appreciate it. We'll catch you remember the show in the morning. Yeah, you may not even be here now to hear me saying this. So, welcome back tomorrow morning. Glad you came back. Let's see. Everyone's saying goodnight to Pacific 414. That's what scares me about putting my daughters in school. Private school if you can afford it. If you can't, and actually probably even better if you can manage it, homeschool. Absolutely. That's what needs to happen these days. The worst I've heard, Netter, is an elementary school teacher told boys if they admitted they were trans, they'd get a pizza party for the class.
Oh, gee.
Wow. Tell me that's not blatant fucking grooming.
And what happens if you say no, then the other students start yelling at you, right?
Yeah. Oh, I could have had a pizza party if you'd, claimed to be trans and gotten your genitals cut off.
Wait, here's the other thing. How many of those kids actually understood what trans meant?
Damn it, now I want pizza.
I'll buy you pizza tomorrow when we go grocery shopping.
Okay.
With garlic.
Yes, lots and lots of
But for dinner or for lunch, I want Chinese. I have a taste for beef fried
Junheng?
rice. Yeah, Junheng is fine.
Okay.
You get the beef on a stick.
Yeah, I get beef fried rice.
Oh, okay.
Is it racist if I say fried rice? As a linguist, that kind of bothers me a little bit. As a linguist, that bothers me a little bit. But I don't think it's racist. It's just not understanding language, you know. Now the whole class will make the boy say that he's trans just so they can get a pizza party. That's exactly it. It's employing the... And why? What is the purpose? Why are they doing it? There's only one reason. They have a predilection and they are grooming. And here's the other thing. If we allow our children to be... and there's a lot of people in the gay community saying, what the fuck is wrong with being gay? If you're gay, you don't need to change genders. You know? You are mutilating your bodies to transition the gay away. How is that any better than torturing somebody, you know, because of religious reasons or whatever else? And this isn't Troy taking a stance on why people are gay. This is the libertarian Troy saying, do whatever the hell you want. You have every right. Don't let people pressure you into this, and don't make permanent decisions as a child that are going to prevent you from ever having a kid and procreating or even enjoying sex. That is the thing that these transitioners don't talk about. I don't care if you're a woman becoming a man or a man becoming a woman. When you screw around surgically with your genitals, give up ever having the big O again. You're done. No sex for you. Any sex you have is never going to be pleasurable for you again. Congratulations. You feel You feel justified in what you've done to yourself? Congratulations. Not to mention what it takes. If you're a girl and you want a wang hanging, you gotta either cut it off your arm or your leg in order to build that thing up. It's horrible. And they don't tell these kids what they're getting into before they actually do it.
And you have to be on medication the rest of your life, right?
Oh, and then you hear about all these trannies, right? These girls that became guys shooting places up. Why? Because they're all full of testosterone. Don't give me the toxic masculinity when you're doing it to the girls now. You're pumping them full of testosterone so they wig out and they kill a bunch of people. Congratulations. Same reason that we have triple Y or XYY chromosomes in prisons. Because yes, extra Y chromosome means more testosterone. That means roid rage, guys.
Okay, good to tell y'all a story. I am the 5th child of 5, so I'm the baby of the family. And my brother, the only boy in the family, was 10 years older than me. He's since passed on. When I was coming along, they were hoping that I was going to be a boy so that my brother would have a brother. And I got told this over the years that, yeah, we were expecting a boy, you turned out to be a girl. So my name would have been Jean-Pierre. Which
Oh, wow.
would have been a really nice French name because my maiden name, people get a kick out of this, my full maiden name, Nanette Aurélie de Pinel-de-France. So it would have been Jean-Pierre de Pinel-de-France. And so for a lot of my childhood, I was told, from my parents, from even my older siblings, yeah, you were supposed to be a boy. At no point did I ever think, I should go out and get a penis. It's like, yeah, it would have been kind of cool to be a boy. I probably would have had different life choices and that sort of thing had I been born a boy. But I was born a woman, so I took those life choices. And
Yeah.
I now have a wonderful husband. We've been married 31 years. And that may be a trivia question at some future date, so you might want to remember that. And it's like, I have no desire to have surgery done to my person simply because my parents had wanted to have a boy. And at no time after my birth did my parents go, hey, doc, give my daughter a penis. That's just the stupidest thing ever.
Deleted scenes making a Lost Highway reference. Dick Laurent is dead. Yes, you absolutely must be there when we do a rewatch of Lost Highway. Connect with me offline. We'll talk about when we want to do that. I want to do that when that would be best for you. Oh no, real socialism has been tried, and it's led to uncountable graves. No, you're absolutely right. That should tell you everything that it isn't worth it. Yeah, absolutely. Look, every socialist government that's ever existed, what happens? There's a big coup, right? The socialists rise up, they take over the government, and then once the government is established, the people in power kill everybody that helped them get in power. That's how socialism works. And it will continue to happen that way because humans got a human. How communism works. Revolution, dictatorship, that is necessary, turns the society into true communism equals utopia. Yeah, that last part is the problem. They call, the people at the top call it utopia. Everybody else says, oh, this is fucking bullshit. And then they move to the U.S., and that's why so many people are going, I just left fucking communism. I have nowhere to go if this happens here.
Yeah, they don't want to see what they saw happening there. There was a woman from North Korea talking about that lately, right?
There's a lot of people talking about that. But yes, I know the one you mean, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. But I'm trying to get caught up. I really, really am. Who was in charge during AIDS and COVID? Joseph Mengele. Yeah, you're kind of right. You're kind of right in a way. Yeah, Fauci and Mengele, cut from the same cloth. No doubt about that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to jump ahead. Gay marriage is banned in Ukraine. That's a great point. For all these people that are supporting Ukraine and all about Ukraine, do they really know what's going on in Ukraine and what they stand for and what they're representing? Yeah. No, they don't, because it's the latest thing, and they follow the memes.
They like to support the latest thing.
Yes.
Support the latest thing.
I support latest thing, and therefore I am virtuous.
Good person.
No, you're not. You're just fucking ignorant, is what you are. I'm nervous about a Kennedy being in office. It seems like every one of them dies tragically. I can't vote Democrat no matter who it is. I understand you saying that, Tim. I do. And this is where I'm going to ask you to think critically. Why have the Kennedys died? Okay, look who died under mysterious circumstances. John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Dr. King, and Norma Jean. All very close to each other, right? Oswald, Ruby, right? I'm going to tell you, this is going to sound shocking, this is going to sound tin hat, but you gotta parse it out yourself. There's no such thing as coincidence. And when Kennedy, Oswald, Ruby are all killed, if you don't see the conspiracy there's a problem. This is a deep state thing, right? Robert Kennedy Jr. has already said he realizes that there is a target on his back. He expects to be killed too.
Yikes.
Who would kill him? It's the deep state. It's the oligarchs, the unelected people in our government who want to make sure that the deep state stays in power and the democracy that we believe in is subverted. I will vote for John Kennedy if I can't vote for Trump. I will always vote for a populist. I no longer identify as a Republican. I certainly won't identify as a Democrat. I will vote for the populist. So that means I will vote for Trump. I will vote for Kennedy. I will vote for Tulsi Gabbard if she were to run. Okay? Because these are populists.
And they speak their mind. They don't go with the narrative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I consider myself more libertarian than conservative because, unfortunately, the conservatives have become very corrupted. So, just throwing that out, Tim. If you want to talk offline, we could talk more about this. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Moira Kitty, thank you so much for being here. I super appreciate seeing you here. Trump, not rump. I'm so sorry I missed a key.
Oh.
I gotta read this one.
What's that?
Who's Professor said, Netter, you did get a pee-pee. Troy's.
It's the only PB you're getting, damn it.
It reminds me of an old joke where some guy is telling you, a girl, it's like, something about like not being able to get any more of his. And she's like, I got one of these, and with one of these, I can get as many of those as I want.
Exactly right. No, this is something I try to teach my stepdaughter. It's like women don't realize the power they have. If they did, men would be in trouble. But yeah. Moira Kitty, you are someone I really enjoy following on social media. Thank you so much for being here. Very encouraging to see you here. How about lamb chops instead, Troy? You know what? I'm so far behind on the chat. I don't.
Food.
Moira Kitty, I'm a girl, identifying as a guy, identifying as a girl. You know, there's a guy that Netter and I knew when we were first dating. Very liberal kind of guy that I considered to be a friend until he went super woke. But he used to make a joke back in the 90s. He goes, you know what? I'm a woman trapped in a man's body, but I'm a lesbian, so it's okay. You can't fucking make that joke anymore.
No.
He probably regrets it. I still think it's very funny. Yeah.
It's like Mariah Kitty said, my name sounds fancy. It's like, well, that was my maiden name. Now it's Picelli.
Pacelli. Yeah, right. It's all French until you get to the Italian. Yeah.
Picelli.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people who would love to see Kennedy running as Trump's running mate. That would be good. That would be good.
Kathleen Kennedy?
Oh, fuck her. No. I take that back, because not even with your dick, man.
I like this. Sir Torrance said, I won't be a Democrat as long as I live, and when I die, I won't be one either.
Well, don't be so sure about that. If you die in Chicago, you might be. Yeah.
Don't die in Chicago.
Right. But I think I'm mostly caught up.
Oh, hi, Dingo. How you doing?
Oh, sorry, I didn't say hi to Dingo Dundee. Dingo Dundee.
Dingo Dundee.
Good day, Bello. I don't even know what's going on here. I'm not gonna. I think there's some communication going on in the chat that I probably should stay away from, especially with as much alcohol as I have in my system. So yeah.
Drink some more water.
Oh yeah, I have been. A friend of mine, Michael, joking, said it's a lesbian trapped in a man's body. Yeah. Look, I've said this for a lot of years. Men can relate to lesbians because we both like the same thing. We're both after the same thing. I don't really understand looking at a guy's hairy ass and finding love. I just don't. But you know, I'm glad Netter did. You know, it worked out good for me. I mean,
I know. I just looked into those big brown eyes, and that did it for me.
I mean,
the big brown eyes that he claims. Wait, what is it? You have rectumus?
I have optical rectumentitis. That means I'm so full of shit that it presses on the optic nerve, and I get a shitty outlook on it. Yeah.
He claims that's why his eyes are brown.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Aquafina performs a song in the new Little Mermaid movie?
Yes, I've heard it. Check out Midnight's Edge. They've been playing, and WDW Pro. They play the opening segment of that, and it's fucking painful. It makes my ears bleed. There are some very girly lesbians we cannot relate. You know, I know that must be true, but I have to wonder if that's not just a fiction of porn. I don't know. I think real lesbians just try to be manly.
Well, case in point, Troy and I actually know a few, and they are very manly acting.
Butch, yeah.
And
they're all butch, yeah. The ones that we know, anyway.
Yeah, the ones that we know act very butch. And it's like, okay, so which one of you plays the girl?
You know, unfortunately, because of the way the politics around homosexuality are, we've never had any good behavioral studies on this. Because if you create a hypothesis, you need to create a hypothesis in order to test it, right? And in a situation like this, you would need to do surveys and talk to a bunch of people that identify as gay and so on and so forth. But this whole idea of, why are people gay? Is it nature or is it nurture? The question has been asked, and always shot down because people don't want this tested. Are people gay because of something that happened? Some trauma, women that have been abused by men that turn to other women, so on and so forth. Is there something in that? Another big one is if your first sexual experience is with someone of the same sex. Look, let's be honest. What feels good feels good. And, the dopamine hits and you just keep going after it, and now you're wired that way, But heaven forbid, we actually, do some behavioral studies on such stuff, But, yeah. Yeah, I get you. You deal with the fact that they are gay, but you're not allowed to ask why, because they don't want to think about the why. Their response invariably is going to be, well, why are you straight? And my answer, millions of years of evolution. What's your excuse?
Well, it's like Mariah Kitty said, most of the rainbow people I've met have suffered sexual abuse and emotional abuse. I'm wondering if some of the mindset is, as a boy, I got abused, so maybe if I'm a girl, I can disassociate myself from it, or vice versa. I'm a girl, I've been abused. If I
what Moira
am a
Kitty
boy,
just
I
said
can disassociate myself from
is exactly what I'm talking about. That is the basis for a hypothesis, but we're not allowed to talk about that because that hurts people's feelings. That's not how science works, but that's how society works these days, right? And it's a question that needs to be asked. If anecdotally we're seeing a lot of this, and Moira, I have had the same experience with the gay people that I've known. They've been pretty open with the fact that, I was abused, or I, had this experience or whatever. In their heart of hearts, they know that's probably why they're living the lifestyle they are. It's a defense mechanism more than anything else. And it becomes a habit, and it becomes ingrained in them, and then it becomes their identity. Not saying that's true for everybody. I'm sure that sexuality is far more complex than that. I have seen studies that talk about straight women questioning their sexuality after menopause, far more so than men do. But there's no studies that can look into this and decide why, if there's a hormone thing or what's going on with that. I don't know. Look, there's people out there that get turned on by inanimate objects. There's people that get turned on by dangerous activities. There's all kinds of fetishes out there. If we don't start getting realistic about these kinds of things, we can't have an adult, rational conversation about it. That's why these kinds of things are so important. Gorilla Random Thoughts. Hopla! Listening while heading home from fishing. Oh, I hope you caught lots and lots of fish. Only thing biting was the damn mosquitoes. Gah. Yeah, I hear you.
That's what bug spray's for.
Let me tell you, I didn't do a lot of fishing, but when I was growing up, my uncle owned a marina. They stocked the lake with a lot of freshwater bass. That is some damn good eating. I miss that. I really, really do. That's more and more recent thing because of social media. And don't get me started on the Dylan character who has changed his, her, their. Oh, let me just say this. I refuse to change the English language for anybody. Okay? I don't care how you fucking identify. I will not refer to you in the plural because you asked me to. Fuck you. You are one person. Pick one. He or she. I don't care which, but pick one. You are not a they.
Plus, it's like you don't get to choose how I refer to you.
Thank you. Thank you. That is the other point. Because this whole concept of pronouns are how I see you. You don't get to tell me how I see you. If I see you as a man, you're he. I don't care how you fucking identify. You need to earn the right for me to decide that you are a female, if that's how you... You know, I have a friend who is transgendered. Born a male, now identifies as a female, and I will call her she every single time. Because that's how I met her. That's how she identified when we established a relationship. And she's shared far more with about her transition and why she did than most people would. She's earned the right with me to be identified as female. Does that shock anybody? That this conservative, raised Christian male could do that? I'm sorry. Respect is earned. This whole society fucking needs to learn that.
He's getting
Respect.
hot again.
Respect. Yeah, you're going to the Untouchables, right? A respect. Yeah. If I had a baseball bat near me, respect, right? Sorry if I jumped over a bunch of comments. I missed a lot. I'm sorry. It's because they made things personal, and once you personalize something, you cannot intellectualize something. That's a great point, right? It's a very selfish era that we live in. It's all about me. There's no ability to step back and be dispassionate and look at the broader picture. It's all about my feelings. Who am I? Like, I'm so You know what? Everybody, when I was growing up, I was always, what was the saying as we grew up, right? Life isn't fair, right? Life isn't fair. Learn that, you will be very happy. Apparently, a whole generation didn't learn that, right? They want everything to be fair, and they want it to be all about them, and my feelings, no! The world doesn't give a shit about you, okay? When that asteroid comes and crashes into the Earth and kills everybody, you don't get to say, this isn't fair, I didn't have a chance. Too fucking bad. Your life is over, deal with it.
Yeah, that asteroid isn't going to miss you because you're gay or transgender or whatever.
Yeah, you go swimming in the ocean and that shark rips you apart. They don't care if you're gay, straight, white, black, you're food.
No, the shark ate me because of climate change and migration patterns.
Well, if that makes you feel better as you die, congratulations. But that's the circle of life.
That's a Disney movie.
Yeah. You like how I brought that up? Yeah. The Ministry of Truth. Oh, gosh. Not enough people read 1984. Not enough understand that we're fucking making it reality. It was never meant to be a blueprint to reality. It was meant to be fiction and a cautionary tale. I'm shocked by everything Boomer says.
What do you say? What?
Boosh says, I'm shocked by everything Boomer says. So am I. That's why I love keeping him around.
I don't know. I'm probably a little lucid right now.
Well, you're drinking Coke, right? Not snorting it?
Yes. I'm tired. It's been a long day, but no, it's cool. I don't have to get up for work in the morning at least. That's good.
So, back in the 90s, there was a company I was working at. A buddy of mine said, I don't do drugs. He said, but if I did drugs, I'd want to do steroids. Because when I die, I want to die big. I said, I don't do drugs, but if I did drugs, I'd want to do cocaine because I want to die thin.
Joe, okay.
Why have I never tried marijuana? Because I don't want anything that's going to give me the munchies. I already eat way too much. I don't need something to make me eat more. Fuck that shit.
Don't they sell a snack mix called Munchies or Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, it's one of those snack mixes, yeah. Salty flavors, yeah.
It reminds me of a scene on The Americans where, so of course there's the Russian spy and his neighbor happens to work for the CIA. That's intentional. The Russian spy's trying to get on, but he's posing as an American, and he stops by and he says, he brings over some beer and he says, "Hey, you got any pretzels or some nuts or anything go with this?" And he says no, and like I guess he needed the pretzels to help down the beer he got. I don't know where I was going with that.
at this point in the stream, I'm gonna. It's funny, you know. I allow the stream to kind of decide what we're going to chat about. We end up talking politics. Is that telling me that you guys want me to talk more about politics than you know, movies and TV and stuff?
Well, it's because you took one comment and ran with it.
Yeah, but then everybody just kept me going. So, by the way, I got an empty bottle here. I don't talk about this much, but I always have my, well, actually, it's Netter's PayPal link below if you want to buy me a drink. If you think it's sad that I'm out of booze, you know, I mean, you want me to continue drinking for the next stream, by all means, feel free to contribute to the booze fund below. Also, if you are buying me a drink, starting something new on the stream tonight, if you buy me a drink, you get an opportunity to say, what is this for? And you can suggest a drink. So next stream, if you've bought me a drink, whatever drink you have suggested is what I will drink on the stream.
Even if it's something god awful.
Even if it's something god awful, I will take the recipe, I will share it, you know, and let everyone know what I'm drinking. I will, you know, when you ask me what I'm sipping on, I'll be sipping on whatever it was you suggested because you bought me the drink. Just throwing that out there. But anyway, we are at the 2-hour mark, so I do want to start winding this down. This was a lot of fun for me. I would love the feedback. I'd love to know if you guys enjoyed this format. Maybe I'll do more streams like this, really letting you guys run the stream and talking about whatever you want to talk about. I really did have fun tonight, so I super appreciate it. Let's look ahead to what we got coming up. So tomorrow night, you know what? I gotta put my drink down so I can copy the links.
Don't want to spill my drink.
I don't want to steal. No. That would be alcohol abuse. So tomorrow night on Big Al Presents Films with Friends, we start James Garner July with the first in a two-parter. Support your local
Sheriff.
Thank you, because I am starting to slur my words. Support your local sheriff from 1969. Of course, that's over on Big Al Presents, but pinned to the top will be the Cosme link, where I will be sharing off-platform a stream of Support Your Local Sheriff, so you can watch along with us. However, it is available for you on Tubi and some other platforms. You don't necessarily have to use my Cosme link, just mentioning that. So there's that. Which brings us to Sunday, unscripted, with deleted scenes. Where is my cursor? There we go. Wrong window. There we go. There's the link. Unscripted with deleted scenes, episode 16. The deleted supremacy. I don't know what that means. I see that the thumbnail is his face on, you know, the Born Supremacy.
Born Supremacy.
So I'm not sure what he's going to be talking about, but I am intrigued. And hopefully I'll see you in the chat there because he is the official lead-in to Geeky Geezers.
That's our show.
Well, it's your show. I'm just your co-pilot for that. What kinds of things will we be talking about?
Cinderfella. We're going to talk about Lord of the Rings.
Cinderfella. No. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna front load this. Cinderfella was a great movie with Jerry Lewis. Definitely worth checking out. It was funny. It was poignant. But yeah, we're gonna bring a different perspective to it on Sunday.
John bought you a drink. He wants you to drink a double iced white Russian.
A double iced white. Say that again, Netter, please.
Double iced white Russian.
Look me up a recipe. That's what I'm drinking next week.
Like the Big Lebowski.
Thank you so much, my friend. See, this is how it's going to work. You guys are going to keep me in booze. That's what the show is going to be from now on. I like this idea. That's awesome. A white Russian.
That was like the Big Lebowski. That's what he always drank.
I may lose a bunch of subscribers saying this, but I have to be honest with y'all.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Big Lebowski.
Fail.
I know.
Are you on the bees yet, or are you past the bees and Netter's little catalog there?
We are past the bees, but we are actually going back because we got, was it Bells on Their Toes that we're going back to? That was the follow-up.
Right, and last week we just saw a Boxing Helena, so we had to go back.
So we went back
bees.
to do these two bees, but we're technically in C's. Why, is there a bee that you wanted to see?
Yeah, he wants me to watch the Big Lebowski. I'll do that on a Friday night, maybe.
Okay.
Remind me when I'm sober so that, we don't lose it.
Well, this is convenient. There's a white Russian recipe here with Kahlua, which we already have.
No. I'm really good with going to make a trip to Binny's and buy some more booze. That's always good. Oh, screw you,
We need
Boosh.
Kahlua, Absolute Vodka, and heavy cream.
We just need to get the heavy cream. I got everything else. Okay. Bush says, you've never seen the Big Lebowski? How long have you been in Al-Qaeda? Look, I've got a long list. I really
it's
do.
It's the Big Lebowski. You have to watch it.
There was a movie I saw tonight. Remember last year I was doing this long stretch of rewatches of time travel movies? I just saw a new one. I don't know what year it was from, but it was called Paradox. It's available on Tubi. Check it out. I actually really enjoyed that movie. I think it was pretty low budget. The acting is meh, but the story is fucking spot on. Definitely worth checking out.
Acting is meh.
Yeah. The best thing I can say about the acting is the female lead undoes the top of her jumpsuit so that she's wearing a dago tee, a tight dago tee.
Oh.
Unfortunately, she's still wearing a bra, so, make of that what you will. But, so, do you know of anything that's going on Monday through Wednesday? I'm getting ready to drop soundtracks with Birdman's
we
main
may or may
channel.
not be doing a stream this week because that's also the same day that the Raiders of the Lost Ark gets a theatrical release, and Birdman may end up going to see that on the big screen, but he's not sure when.
You know what? I was gonna. He has a post for like a fucking month in advance about the Dial of Destiny. It's like okay. I'd like to know what you're doing Wednesday, but it's good to know what you're doing next month. Congratulations.
A white Russian, you can go up to a bartender, supposedly, and also ask for a Caucasian. And they're supposed to know what you mean.
That's true, because the Caucasus are in Russia, folks. Just A little bit of knowledge. Good one. Okay, so let me go back to my notes. So Wednesday, soundtracks of Birdman.
Possibly. It would be a rewatch of Casino Royale.
And that's going to bring us around to Thursday. Thursday, what do we got going on Netter's Network, Netter of Netter's Network?
On my channel, let me get you my guess.
Drop the link
next
for you.
week on my Thursday things, I will be having Connie Cleary.
Connie Cleary, are you still in the chat? Give us a shout out. We're having you on Netter's Network next Thursday. We're looking forward to talking with you directly. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And I know one of the things you're going to be talking about is her birds. So if you like birds, you definitely want to tune in for that. I know she mentioned a couple of them to me that have since passed. But it's like, if you look at her icon, it's this really pretty bird. So go to her channel, check her out.
Pretty bird.
And she will be here on Thursday.
There you go. And I have no friggin' clue what I'm going to be talking about next week. I'll figure that out. I was doing pretty good there for about 6 months, having my my streams planned out, weeks in advance, and now I'm a little lost.
You could do the Lost Highway rewatch. You were talking about doing that. See if Deleted Scenes wants to do it.
So one of
Or
the
do you
things
need time
that
for
that I constantly am saying is, guys, I definitely want your feedback. What kind of streams do you enjoy? What would you like to see? What topics? What guests would you like to see on my channel? Let me know. The one feedback that I got, and I'm not going to call him out by name, but I see that he's still in the chat, doesn't really enjoy the rewatches on my channel. So I'm going to try to minimize them as much as possible. But there are going to be some rewatches that I'm going to do here just because I'm probably the only one that's going to do them. If they're going to happen, they have to happen here.
You got another drink bot. Connie Cleary, you need to tell us what drink you would like Troy to drink.
Yeah, go ahead and drop that
thing.
in the chat. Just let me know what drink you think I should drink, and I will dedicate it to you on that particular stream.
Yeah, you might even drink
Everybody
it
who's here tonight knows I'll be drinking White Russian next week. In 2 weeks, I'll drink whatever Connie Cleary suggests that I should be drinking. Boosh is saying more Mazes and Monsters. No. Once it's done, it's done.
No, we must watch it again.
That link is out there, and that is on this Dingbat's channel, so go check out that rewatch.
The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, you promised.
Did I?
No, I don't know. I don't.
Because I have it. I have it on DVD.
Yes,
It
we
will
do.
make you
We
cry.
actually skipped over that in the bees. Netter literally was like, I don't think I want to do this. Do you want to do the Boy in the Plastic Bubble? I'll do it.
Don't forget, at some point you got to do Amityville 2: The Possession. You don't want to do that, do you?
I'll talk to you in the green room about why I don't want to do that one.
It has something to do with the love between a brother and a sister.
You know me too fucking well, you asshole. Boomer Troy, how was my commentary on the watch through Maze and Dude, you were all over that chat.
That's not a good movie.
No, it's not, but we had a lot of fun with it. We Mystery Science Theater 3000 that to high heaven. That was a fun one, yeah. My question is, why is there no super chat option or StreamYard donation link so I can throw my money your way? Because I've only got 600 and some
it's not monetized
followers.
yet.
Yeah.
And that's why we do the PayPal link.
That's why my PayPal is there. You can, it's not the same as a super chat or whatever, but you can buy me a drink anytime you want with that link, and super appreciate it. Yeah, that's why. I'm just not there yet. I'm not big enough.
He's getting there, though.
But I'll tell you what. You are the last call army. You guys can share out my link. You guys can tell your friends about me. If you enjoy my Friday night streams, get other people to subscribe. Once I get to 1,000, I can start monetizing. That would be a lot of fun. I don't know. It's a give and take, right? Because right now we're a small community, so I can do a stream like this where I can focus on all of you guys, right? And I can get all of your chats up. If I get big, I got to focus on the super chats, right? So I don't know. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But here's the thing. If you guys share me out, get me monetized, I can start making this, like my income. Hell, then I can start putting out standalone videos. I can start, getting out those Fixing the DC Universe series that I want to do, and more, toy videos and stuff like that. I could be like Michael French on Retro Blasting and doing more toy videos.
Yep.
Just saying. But no, you know what? I'm kind of playing around here, Triggerfish. That's very encouraging of you to say. I super appreciate it. Now I'm not sure. Connie, are you telling me that's the drink you want me to drink? Because I love Tequila Sunrise. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I haven't had one in over a year. And now I'm my mouth is kind of salivating. I kind of want one.
Okay, hold on. I'll start making a list.
Oh, I know what goes into a tequila.
No. I meant a drink, since people are buying them for you.
I'll tell you what, Connie, in a couple weeks, not only will I drink a Tequila Sunrise, I'll tell you a little story about Tequila Sunrise. I'll even sing Tequila Sunrise for you. It's another tequila sunrise. Yeah, I'll sing the whole song for you. Yeah.
Tequila Sunrise.
That means I got to get grenadine. I don't... Oh, you know what? I don't need grenadine. I'll just use that cherry stuff.
I think we do have grenadine, sweetie.
No, we got real cherry juice. We don't need.
There you go.
We don't need that fake grenadine stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Subbed and also broke that like button. Thanks so much, Triggerfish. I'm glad I earned a subscription tonight. That's a little dopamine hit for me. Thank you so much. I went and told a guy at the bar about 8 p.m. about your channel, but he'd been drinking since noon. So instead of pulling out his phone, he threw up. You know what? I think he'd be right at home here. So track him down earlier in the day when he's sober. That's all I can say. Don't let Troy read that one. He's gonna hurt us. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm 15 minutes past, and I didn't even ask Boomer before we went into this if he had to work tomorrow.
He said he doesn't.
Well, I still want to be sensitive and...
Be sensitive.
Yes. Netter had a nap tonight, and I didn't, and I'm super, super drunk, so I probably should wrap it up before I say something that I regret. Guys, thank you so much. Age of Boomer, any last words?
Nothing. Tune in this Sunday for Geeky Geezers. We'll have some cool little stories like Magic the Gathering.
Shit! Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro has... I swear they've got something new every week.
Yes. Something new to make fans miserable.
Right. Netter, last words?
Well, you know what I always say.
I do. Please say them.
We can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it's so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat. You're dropping your comments and questions and trivia and just being goofy or whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or even continents in some cases. It feels like we're all just hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company, having a great time. And we really do appreciate that you've taken time out of your day to spend this time with us. I mean, that's amazing and so wonderful. And you guys aren't just our friends. You're our family. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, I really mean that. You guys are our family. And in some cases, you're more of a family to us than our own families.
Yeah, Triggerfish makes it very clear here. He's saying goodnight to all of you that he can find in the chat, including us. That's it. That's exactly what Netter's talking about. You know, I mean, you guys are awesome. Super appreciate it. My whole idea behind Last Call was a bunch of friends getting together at a pub and drinking together. And you don't really have to drink, but it is about getting together and sharing Friday night going into the weekend together. And you guys are awesome. I super appreciate it. You guys are super encouraging to me. And you guys really are why we do what we do. I thank you so much. And you guys have already decided for the next couple weeks what I'm going to be drinking. So thanks for that. And hope to see you on the next one. Take care, y'all.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.